Hi, Ep14 here. So I am doing another interview, this time with Natasha, who is from across the sea. She is in Australia. Interview series called Sacred Water Visionary Women of Freedom. And this is episode 14. Hey, Natasha, how's it going?
Hey, Evie. Really good. Thank you.
I just realized as I was checking out your Instagram a bit more that you are friends with Sarah Jean.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am. Yeah.
So she was actually my roommate in Okinawa. We met online somehow, and she needed somewhere to stay, and then we ended up staying and bunking together in Okinawa. So that was pretty cool. And so, yeah,
Beautiful. Yeah, we used to cut her son and my daughter were in the same class at school for many years, but then we kind of lost connection. But since being part of this business, we've reconnected and just at the last gala event,
that's
she was hanging out
amazing.
with us. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of what I want to talk about because it seems, I'm in the States now, I'm Canadian, but I'm in the States, and I feel that in Australia, you seem to have a lot of really beautiful events in person, which we're starting to do a bit more of. Louise and Brooke with Ray just did an event, which I wasn't able to make it. I didn't have my green card yet. But yeah, could you speak a little bit about that? And has that been part of making your business have the momentum that it has? And then I would definitely love to get into where you were before and where you were now. But I feel like the events is just something that, yeah, just supports the energy. And we talk a lot about energy and having fun, and that is part of us making money. So I would love to hear a bit about that first because that's exciting and fun. And it's always lovely to hear those kind of stories as well.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, so we do have a lot of events here in Australia. But and I suppose the beautiful thing about this community is that it's a global community and we get
Yes.
to really connect with incredible people from all around the world.
Yep.
And yeah, that's been one of the biggest gifts for me in being part of this business. I've been part of it for 7 years. And yeah, it's the connections and the friendships
Yeah.
that has been so beautiful. Like, we were all strangers before we
Yep.
came into this and like meeting such beautiful souls that all share such similar values around wanting freedom in their lives and wanting to
Yes.
create better health and more wealth
Yes.
and being of service and really, yeah, impacting others to show them what's possible with this incredible business and the company that we've partnered with. So, yeah, what was the question again?
Yeah, I guess I asked like seven things at once. Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
curious about the in-person events and whether that has been part of the momentum for you in
Oh,
your
yeah.
business to support the energy and just feeling that fun to earn the money and be of service. Yeah, just I guess the energetics behind the in-person events.
Yeah,
And then,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, amazing. Well, yes, absolutely. Yes, 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 yes. Like, there's been a huge part of me personally creating more success for my business because every time I go to an event, well, we get to connect with all of these people from all around the world
Yeah.
through online, through like the online platforms, and
Yeah.
we get to really support each other. We receive amazing mentorships and education, and we have Zoom calls that happen every
Yeah.
week, and so much is happening online. So when we get the opportunity to come to a live event, it's like, wow, we get to really meet people in person.
Yeah.
But it's every single time that I go to an event, I receive a much deeper embodiment of
Yes.
why I said yes to this business, why I said yes to this community, and the conviction of what we have here
Yeah.
gets planted even deeper and deeper and deeper, like every single time.
Yeah.
So the other amazing thing is that, you by being in the room with people that are like amazing leaders, like
Yes.
leaders that are having massive success in this industry
Yeah.
and receiving their wisdom and receiving their inspiration and just yeah, being open to receive everything that they share. It's like this
Yeah.
cellular transmission that
Yeah.
we really get to feel that creates that deeper conviction of why I said
Yeah.
yes to this. So yeah,
Definitely.
they're amazing. Yeah, I love the event so much. And personally, like, I have built my business offline and online.
Okay.
So I really love to create my own events. So that's one of my big visions that I've got for this year, is to create more events to bring in not only my team, but new people to really see what's possible with what
Yeah.
we've got.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because you're offering a specific mentorship now coming in the new year, which you
I
talked a
am.
little bit about. Do you want to share a bit about that? And is that specifically for people that are only already with this business, or is it with everyone that has a business that just wants to do kind of more in-person work, like indirect sales?
Yeah, no, that mentorship is specifically for people that are
Okay.
already in the business.
Yeah,
So you have to have like knowledge and understanding of everything. It's not for any new people, but
yeah,
that's specifically to support leaders in this space to leverage this business offline.
yes,
Yeah, we have amazing strategies and support for how to create success online, and there's so much online amazing strategies, and I love online, but then I also feel like the importance of being able to share
yes,
what we've got here offline and
yeah,
have like real time conversations, creating events, personal connections, building community, and yeah, doing expos, stalls at festivals. There's so many different ways for this business in how someone can create success. It doesn't have to be all online. And
yeah,
for me, I feel really passionate to inspire people how we can leverage it offline, because
yeah,
there's so much magic can happen when in the
definitely.
real time world. Yeah.
Yeah. So if someone in our
Yeah.
business is seeing this, they can just reach out to you directly and find out about that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it starts in January. So just
Okay.
send me a message and I can share more.
Amazing. Yeah. So, yeah, let's go back to how this all begun. So you said that seeing some of the events and seeing some of the relationship building, that was what drew you in. What was your life like before you said yes to this business? And then, yeah, can you walk us through a little bit of my dog's here, George? Yeah, like a few of the steps once you said yes, what that looked like.
Yeah, so it was just over 7 years ago where I was in, yeah, what was I doing? I was doing many different things at the time. I've got two daughters. I was breastfeeding my younger daughter. She was 2 at the time. I had a vegetarian food business that me and my partner were very connected into the community. It was vegetarian samosas. Um, and we were doing festivals, events, selling the
Cool.
samosas to cafes, and yeah, very plugged into our local community. I was also a doula. I support women and families in birth, and I was also running a wellness studio for women for yoga, prenatal, postnatal yoga, and massage and body work and circles and all the things. So
A
I
lot of
was
holistic.
very holistic and connected into the community.
I love that.
And yeah, it was. I'm so passionate about that's another part of
And
my
are you in
life.
Brisbane or what part of Australia are you in?
I'm in the Northern Rivers of Australia, near Byron Bay. Most people
Oh,
know Byron
okay.
Bay.
Okay, I have heard
Yeah,
of Byron
yeah,
Bay. Yeah, cool.
yeah. So yeah, that was my life then, and I was loving everything I was doing. And there was a moment where me and my partner, like, we very much value health and live healthy, abundant lives, but we were drinking water from one of those ceramic benchtop water filters, and we could just feel that the water wasn't nourishing us. It wasn't giving us the hydration that we needed, and we're like, we need to change our water. And we started kind of putting it out there, like looking for what alternatives we could use. Kind of got a bit lost, and then in the meantime, one of my dear friends, she started posting about this incredible business and community that she discovered, and
Mm,
people were creating high income and birthing their bigger visions, and it felt really exciting and dynamic. And
yeah.
I was kind of enticed by what she was sharing, and I started looking into it. My partner was skeptical. He was like rolling his eyes back, going, how on earth can you fit any other thing into your world right now?
Mm,
And we kind of just said no to the whole thing. And it was like, nah, it just feels too much, kind of let it go. But my heart kept speaking very loudly for the next few days, just saying,
yeah.
take it deep, just take a look at what this is about. And then
I
when
love that.
I opened myself, yeah, it was amazing. I opened myself to look into more what it was about and discovered that it was connected with, back then it was 44-year-old Japanese wellness company
Yeah.
that create these amazing water ionizers. And I was like, wow, okay, we were looking for the best water. Let's look into this more. And then when we really dived in deep, when my partner looked into the business model and compensation plan and the numbers, and when I felt into the community of beautiful people, I was like, wow, this actually feels incredible. And then when we saw that there was a legacy wealth pathway for my daughters, it was like, this is just like, feels too good to be true, but we could feel like it was actually true. And we just said, well, heck, let's just go for it. Let's at least purchase the products, because that's what we were instantly like looking for. and we'll give the business model a go and see what happens. And yeah, we have not looked back since. It's been the biggest gift, and it's changed our life in such amazing, wonderful ways. And we're so, so grateful that, yeah, I'm so grateful that I listened to my heart back then and not my mind. Because, you know, often
Amazing.
we can come to like, you know, different opportunities where it's like, oh, there's skepticism or uncertainty or doubt, especially when it's something a bit different.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and for me, I was very busy at the time, and I chat to a lot of women these days where they see this opportunity and they're like, oh, no, I'm too busy, I'm too
Yep.
full, I've already got my life going on. But once you implement it into your life, like for me, what I found was that it just like I just gently or naturally expand my capacity, just expanded for it because it was so incredible and it just lit me up in every way. And then I just made room for it in my life, and it supported me to thrive even more than
Yes.
what I was thriving back then. And
Yeah, I've
yeah,
noticed
and
that
what,
too because I was burnt out. I had hypothyroid, and there's a whole story. But ultimately, it has filled up my cup, which I love. That the water itself is a symbol of abundance and overflow. And I work a lot with the divine feminine, and I'm moving even more in that direction. But to me, that is sort of the feminine essence of like water and intuition, and as you said, following your heart and allowing the space and the overflow, and the relationships and a lot of that sisterhood, like it fills up our cup, so then we share and are of service from that overflow, because as you were saying, you're doing all these service things, but then you were moving in so many directions and wasn't having the monetary in the same way, and didn't give your children, this gives you a certain future for your children as well, for your daughters. So I love that.
yeah.
What has been the main obstacle that you have found here, and how did you overcome it? And then I'll just kind of wrap things up because I know that you are a busy mama and stuff like that. But yeah, I would love to
Yeah.
know just what has been something that's been like, oh, okay, I have to do the personal development or whatever it is that has, come up for you in regards to obstacle or opportunity for, yeah, growth that you've overcome.
Yeah, that's a really great question. I love that. Well, one thing, like just to go back a step, what I was talking before is like when this did come into my life, one thing I realized that was blocked for me in my life then was my bigger visions. I
Mm,
realized that the door to my bigger visions was tight shut. Like even though I
yes.
was doing all of these amazing, wonderful things in the world and being of service, and our businesses were successful financially, the money was coming and going and coming and going, and it wasn't. I was never getting ahead financially. And
Yeah.
so the thought of like traveling, or the thought of like buying property or building a home, or yeah, just being overflowing with abundance and
Yeah.
finances and resources to live my bigger dreams was kind of like not even there, because I never knew another way. That birth work and women's work is amazing, but it's not a way to create like huge financial overflow back then.
Yeah.
I'm shifting that now into weaving lots of other things in. But yeah, so for me back then it was like, wow, this is the thing that could like open that doorway to dream big. And
Yeah.
so
I love that.
that's when we were like, wow, yeah. And it has like the finance. I've just recently been in Europe with my 20-year-old daughter, traveling
What
for
part of
six
Europe did you
weeks.
go? I'm Greek, so I love spending time in Europe.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, we would
Yeah.
have loved to go to Greece, but that was like next time. We couldn't fit it
Yeah.
all in. Yeah,
Yeah.
we went to Holland. My brother
Oh,
lives in
cool.
Holland, and
Oh,
Spain
beautiful.
and Italy.
Oh, beautiful. Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been to
yeah.
all of those, but I've only been to Holland briefly and Amsterdam, so I haven't actually traveled much of Holland, so it's beautiful.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was all amazing. But that was all funded through my business, and I still received income as I was traveling. But where I
Yes.
was tying that in with was like probably the money, the money, that
Yeah.
my relationship with money has been like
Yes.
the biggest thing that I've really stepped into working on. And that's taken, yeah, a lot of deeper inner work, and, tuning into like, oh, well, if I was to make $50,000 months, how would that feel, and what would I do, and do I actually feel
Mm.
worthy to create that?
Yeah.
And
It's such a big
really
piece, the
just,
worthiness.
it's so big, yeah, because
Yeah.
like so many of us, like the negative narratives around money and
Yeah.
receiving wealth has,
Yeah.
rich people are greedy, and it's kind of connected with, oh no, how can I be like accumulating so much when there's people out there struggling and suffering? So I've had to really like own my worthiness around, well, yes, me and my family are worthy of receiving abundance and being wealthy. And that's the one thing what I've loved seeing in our community, when
Yeah.
people are manifesting all of this wealth financially, they're doing such wonderful things with the
Yes.
finances. And to
Yeah.
see people like birth their bigger visions,
Yeah.
is like, oh, so satisfying and rewarding and
Yeah.
fulfilling. And like, this is where
And
we
it
all get to
helps your
really
health as
celebrate.
well. Yeah.
Health,
I
amazing.
took anthropology in university, and even Japan itself, actually, they had a different kind of economic system before the 60s. And when they changed it, it actually helped on a global scale people's health. And when we don't have that kind of stress of always worrying about survival, even on a macro scale as individuals, we start to regulate our nervous system and we can give back more. And it just, supports our health to have wealth. Like they are so intertwined. I love that this business does that. And yeah, I love the
Absolutely.
wealth of these connections and relationships. And thank you so much for sharing a little bit of your story today and connecting. And yeah, I look forward to
Oh,
maybe seeing you in person. I'm not sure if I'm going to go to Japan or not, but I'm sure there's going to be another event soon. And I would love to just, say hi in person and hug you. And thank you again for being open to sharing a bit of your story today.
oh, such a pleasure. It feels like I could share we could talk about this for
I
like
know,
hours and
and
hours
I
and
would love
hours.
to, but
Just
I know that we're both, doing family stuff and doing stuff. So, but thank you so
yeah.
much.
Well, thanks, Evie. Thank you so much for having me here. And yeah, for all of you watching, like both of us are here to like share the goodness of what we've got here. It's such a beautiful solution to help people create freedom and to help people step out of their lives that might not be so fulfilling and to really say yes to thriving in all the ways. It's yeah, this is a
Yeah.
gift that keeps on giving and giving. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
And we're both giving a little cash back incentive for December for the holidays. So feel free to reach out to either one of us, and we will definitely help you take a step forward with your health and with your wealth or whichever, business, and just having the water in your home and that overflow. Yeah. Thank you so
Yay.
much for sharing that.
Thanks,
Blessings.
lovely. Have a beautiful day.
You too. Bye,
Bye.
Natasha.
Bye.